I agree with Tom. The connected universe movie, that is what's lost people. It's lost me at times going into a comic shop when I would spend $50 a week on comics. When things are so connected where I can't keep up, I tune out. But an article here, how Marvel deals with Doctor Doom is make or break for Marvel. You've got notes for the story, Badger. I'll put it up on screen. Tell me what's in here. It's from The Guardian.
Doctor Doom has become one of the most important characters in Marvel's future, but fans still don't know which version of him will appear in Avengers Doomsday. The biggest question is whether Marvel will deliver the iconic comic book Doom, a brilliant scientist, sorcerer, monarch, and tyrant, or a version too closely tied to Tony Stark because of Robert Downey Jr.'s casting. Early signs suggest Marvel is aiming for a more comic-accurate Doom. Comments from the studio and footage shown to audiences reportedly feature Doom's classic hood, mask, and distinct voice, rather than simply presenting him as another Iron Man variant. The retro Silver Age-inspired world introduced in the Fantastic Four First Steps also hints that Marvel may be embracing the character's comic roots. Doom's appeal comes from his larger-than-life nature. He isn't just a powerful villain, he's a ruler, genius inventor, master of magic, and deeply egotistical figure who believes he alone can fix the universe. His mix of ambition, tragedy, intelligence, and arrogance is what has made him one of Marvel's most celebrated villains. The concern is that Marvel could simply simplify Doom into a familiar multiverse character connected to Tony Stark. The MCU doesn't need another generic big bad. It needs the full, grandiose Doctor Doom, a towering, theatrical tyrant whose presence feels bigger than any single superhero.
Yeah, look, we've heard reports from Robert Meyer Burnett that it's not even acknowledged that Doom looks like Tony Stark, even disfigured, like a disfigured Tony Stark or a Tony Stark variant. I don't know how they're going to deal with that. And they're going through currently 2 months of reshoots. So whatever script RMB read, happy birthday to Rob, like it's got to be completely different. Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on this? And the fact that the fact that we haven't gotten a trailer, and Alan and I, we saw
that's
the trailer.
why I wasn't sure if it was coming out till Christmas. I was thinking they were going to move it because I'm like, they haven't put out a trailer yet, and I don't think they're going to go up against Doom, but they decided they're going to. So
they're probably going to put, if a trailer comes out, my feeling is they're saving it for Spider-Man.
Is it that, or are they going to do it with Toy Story?
It's just a guess. I have no insight.
You might be right, though. I think you're
right. If you go based on what Marvel has done in the past, they promote the current Marvel movie, and then when that comes out, they promote the next Marvel movie.
That's true.
Yeah. So what are your guys' thoughts on this? And people, look, the way people talk, it's $1 billion guaranteed. All this, we saw the trailer. I mean, Alan, were you impressed? I thought it was like, okay, all stuff.
Shang-Chi and Gambit going at it. I mean,
yeah, well, that was the best part, obviously. But no, I just wasn't. What was the story hook that made me say, I cannot wait to see this? It wasn't there for me.
You know, I mean, to me, the biggest problem is the fact that Dr. Doom wasn't the villain of Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's kind of like a who cares, because you can make Dr. Doom anything in Doomsday, because everyone's going to be whatever is needed to make Doomsday work.
You're right, because what difference does it make that if Robert Downey Jr. is him, if you didn't already put him in up against Reed, to have that so that when Reed comes to our world or their world, he's like, no, this guy is a fucking bad guy. And they're like, no, he's our buddy. Like, you know, like you can't have that otherwise. I don't understand that.
I mean,
I don't think Marvel has any confidence.
The only reason people will know that Dr. Doom is the villain is because they've been told he's the villain, or know he's the villain. But you don't understand why he's the villain or the magnitude of his villainy. And that's the problem with Doomsday is we know nothing going in.
With you saying that, Alan, I just kind of realized, because you're right. We don't know who Doom is. We do, but the audience doesn't. But nobody saw Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
If Doom was in Fantastic Four, and it underperformed like it did, that would be really bad for Doom going into Doomsday in the same way we had it with Kang and Ant-Man Quantumania.
Yeah, but I would submit that if you had Doom and Fantastic Four, it would have been a better movie.
It would have been a better movie. Yeah. I don't know if that would have saved it, though.
And does Sue know that her husband's gay? Is that going to come out?
Well, maybe that's what Doom does to finally seal the, nail in the coffin onto their thing.
I just think I don't feel any momentum for Doomsday. None.
Yeah.
Like, people know it's coming out, but I saw those trailers, those little teasers, with the X-Men and Steve Rogers, got zero reaction with packed crowds, and they didn't react at all.
Yeah.
No applause.
Because everybody's over this stuff, man. It's like if they had confidence in what they were doing, they wouldn't have did this stunt casting with Robert Downey Jr. If they just trusted that hey, we wrote a really good character, we have a really good film, and they clearly don't, because this was a last-minute switcheroo from Kang Dynasty. This movie should be the Kang Dynasty. So they've been building up to nothing, with what we've seen in phases 4 and 5 and now 6. They've been building up to nothing. They had to switch gears midstream to try to make something out of nothing. And here we are. We're going to stunt cast Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. There we go. That's what we're doing with one of the biggest villains in comic book history. All right. They have nothing, and they know they have nothing. And that's why we're all questioning, what is this? What's going to happen? Does anybody care? I don't know if this thing is going to make $1 billion. I literally don't know if this is going to make $1 billion. I know everybody's probably feeling very confident about it because it's an Avengers movies, and all the Avengers movies have made $1 billion. Okay. But why would this one?
Even if it does, though, does it matter because of how much it's costing? Like, we have no idea how much it's going to cost, and I can already tell you that the budget's somewhere at least between $500 million and $1 billion already. So that's the thing, is even if it does it really matter? Because I think Script Doctor might be right that between Mando and Grogu, these are basically lost leaders that Disney is desperate to try and regain the classic fans as much as they can. And I know Mando and Grogu didn't work out that way, but they do have the original version of Star Wars coming out next year, so they have that at least. But in this case, is that what this is basically just a lost leader to try and get everybody back on board with Marvel? I mean, if the movie's good, it might help, but if to what end, right?
People going to see that original version of Star Wars aren't going to suddenly all of a sudden support Disney. So I don't think that they're relying on that in any way. Maybe Starfighter.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the Mando, the Star Wars, the Starfighter is a build-up of things.
I just poked myself in my eye. Oh my god! In regards to what DA was saying, like I truly don't think that they have any. I agree. I don't think they have any faith in what they're doing. If they did, we would already have seen the trailer that got put out, the one that you guys already saw. Yeah, we would see it. If they did, they would have premiered it at South by Southwest instead of like this signed coffee that they gave. Like we would have seen a trailer already, at least a mini trailer instead of like those 4 that they gave us. I assumed that those 4 that they gave us were going to lead to a trailer at Super Bowl. Didn't happen.
It seemed as if, because I'm the one that broke that rumor. I heard from a guy in marketing who told me, yeah, they've got like 4 trailers. They're going to connect somehow. It just felt natural. It would lead to a Doom reveal, right? Some Doom reveal. But my feeling is another reason this trailer may be delayed. Marvel has a habit of putting footage in trailers that isn't in the movie because the movie's not done. It's very possible. It's very possible this movie is changing so much that what we saw at CinemaCon, which they had to show something to the industry. They had to let the industry know this is big. This is coming. But I'll bet we get a different version of that trailer when it's finally revealed, if it is. And what we saw was more of a tease. Nothing about the story, nothing about the characters. Like, it just, you're not going to be blown away by it, is all I'm telling you. Alan's favorite part was Shang-Chi.
When you hear about what like the actors are saying, filming this movie, like nothing makes sense. They have no idea. They go in and read their lines. They don't know who they're acting across. They don't know anything. They're just going in and reading their lines.
Right.
They have to come back and do reshoots. Still don't know what they're doing. Still don't really know the story either. So when you hear them talk about this movie, it's just like, what are we even getting?
That's why I'm not even sure it was going to come out by Christmas. I'm like, are they even really ready for this yet? I mean,
they delayed it. They delayed it once already.
I know. And
So,
that's what I'm saying. It still doesn't feel like it's going to be ready yet. And you guys have seen trailers, but I agree with you guys. Like at this time, it's like, what is the ultimate goal here with this at the end of the day, as far as like, you haven't shown anybody anything. And I agree with you. They're just showing the stuff to the people at you know, the cinema owners, just so they can say, yes, we have something that's coming, just so you guys can book it. Right?
And even then we didn't get anything.
Yeah, but even then, yeah, you technically didn't really get anything.
I mean,
at all.
Story is the one thing that will draw people.
But with the trailer thing, I'm wondering, because you did bring up an interesting point, and this is a little off to the side, but I would imagine they got to start being a little bit more careful about what they show in these trailers, because you guys remember there was a lawsuit here a couple of years back for that Yesterday movie, where just because that one actress who was in the trailer wasn't in the movie, they won that case. So how long is it before Marvel gets sued?
They did. It was the Infinity War trailer when they showed Hulk running in Wakanda, who's not in the Hulk. That's what, that's what led to it. I was told 2 years ago at the first meetup where I got to meet you and Gary by someone who's not Chris, but one of the people I met, that this is all just to get Robert Downey Jr. back. That they can't announce he's coming back as Iron Man, so they're bringing him back to play Doom. He's playing Doom, but he's also playing a variant of Tony Stark who will remain Tony Stark in that universe after this is all said and done. And also, I feel like, man, anyone that pays attention, there's been so many fucking leaks. We know exactly what it is. Captain America caused an incursion. It killed Doom's family, and now Doom wants revenge. He pretends to be good for the first half. He's bad for the second half. Everyone dies, and then in Secret War, everyone comes back, and we get fucking symbiote Spider-Man.
Spoilers!
Yeah. You just ruined the movie, Badger.
It's been months. It's been months. And also,
there's three people in chat that didn't know this, Badger.
There was no script.
The next thing you're gonna do, you tell me that Darth Vader is Luke's father or some shit.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, when we see all these heroes and the X-Men, nostalgia will probably be bring people back. Will it keep them? Will it transfer over to Secret Wars?
No,
probably not.
It's not.